Hey folks, welcome back to Abundant Life Homestead. Today I want to show you a super easy and highly effective method for preserving and storing your sweet corn on the cob without going through the process of blanching it. Now, truth be told, we do blanch and cut and cream and bag and freeze most of our corn crop. It's just a really efficient way to store a large volume of corn in limited freezer space. But at the same time, we do love our roasting ears. And it's even better when we can have those roasting ears out of season. If you come into Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner with a plate full of steaming corn on the cob that has the same taste and texture as the day you pulled it from the stalk, I think you're going to agree. So, a couple considerations to start off with is how much corn are you going to eat on the cob and how much do you have room to store. We don't have a lot of storage space, but we will eat every cob that we can fit in there. So, I've already sorted this corn out. This is one row from our current crop. This is going to be all definitely cream corn. These are the ears more suitable for the roasting ear size. I think for this exercise, I'm going to try to get about 2 dozen this time. So I'm going to take the ears. You want full, tight ears with good leaves, no bug damage. You don't want any rust damage or blight. When they've got a real long stem coming off of the cob here, I'll peel it back to where I see that next node. Don't cut anywhere above that node, but cut off below it. And trim off any excess silk. As well as leaves hanging out. This method is probably just as old as the invention of the deep freeze itself. I remember growing up, my great-grandparents did this. Saw my grandparents do it. It wasn't just my family. My wife grew up several counties away from me, and we got married. First year we were together, I planted a garden. Father-in-law comes over, says, "Hey, I want to show you how my family preserves corn." He goes through and tells me about it, and I'm just right there with you, Pop, because they did exactly the same thing, exactly the same way as we do it. So now that I've got 24 ears trimmed up and prepped, I need something to carry them in. So I'm going to take this here clean pillowcase. Start stacking my ears in it. Why a pillowcase, you might ask? Well, I don't have the answer for that. I don't know why our ancestors used pillowcases for their corn. Maybe it's just because pillowcases were generally made from other scrap material. They had plenty of pillowcases laying around, or the ability to make more. They're good and strong, they're pliable. I don't know if they offer any advantage, although I would argue that they offer an advantage over plastics in a world where we're learning that everything, including our food, is getting full of microplastics. We prefer to use less plastic. But yes, my family and my wife's family raised several counties apart from each other, both put their corn in a pillowcase. Now let's go to the freezer. So we got our corn trimmed, we got it bagged up in our cloth pillowcase. We come to the freezer, find our space, stick it down in there, close the door. It really is that easy. Now, I don't have an older example to show you because it's been 4 years since we grew sweet corn, but I have done this method for several years. 6 months down the road, dead middle of winter, you pull this out, you cook it, it's going to have the same texture, same sweetness as the day you plucked it off the stalk. Even next year, one thing we like to do is the day that we go to plant sweet corn, we'll cook up some of last year's sweet corn just to remind us of how important the hard work that we do for our corn is. And it'll be just as good as the day that we pulled it off the stalk. Now these, I've never tried to go out further than a year, but being as how they still taste great at 1 year, yeah, we could probably push it out a little further. But normally by then there's very few ears left because we will eat this stuff all winter long. So there you have it, folks. There's the super simple method that we use for preserving roasting ears for eating year round. Now, I understand simple does not mean efficient. You saw that how much space this took up in the basket in the bottom of that freezer. Not everybody's going to have the freezer space for this. So make sure if you're wanting to preserve sweet corn, you try many different methods. If you try other methods, let us know what works best for you. I've tried pretty much everything through the years, from blanching cobs, putting them in bags, to using vacuum sealers, to vacuum sealing jars. I've done most of it. So if you have a way that works great for you, let's hear about it down in the comment section below. And if you'd like to stay in touch and up to date with all other going on of life here out at the homestead, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell. We're kind of random on the days that we upload videos, but they're usually around 6 o'clock in the morning. On the days we do upload, I try to always do one at least on a Monday and a Friday. During harvest season and cider season, that doesn't tend to go so well. But until next time, keep on nourishing your dreams, cultivating your passions, embracing the beauty of God's creation. Hope you have a blessed day, and we'll see you then.